Hey Twisters, so for today's video, I'm going to share 10 records and milestones that should be broken or met this upcoming season. Of course, I want to know your thoughts in the comments below. Which of these surprises you the most? And let me know if I miss any, because certainly I did leave a few of these off this list. So without further ado, let's just jump right into it with number one here. And there is a good possibility that Alex Ovechkin and Sidney Crosby could eclipse 1,500 career points this season. Now, right now, Ovi sits at 1410, so he had 90 points this past season. It's completely realistic. And as for Crosby, he's at 1409. And don't forget, he had 84 points in 69 games last season. So he's probably on pace to meet that mark as well. Now, in doing so, they'd actually move into 15th and 16th all-time in scoring. That's incredible. They still have a few great years ahead of them. And in the process, they would pass these following legends: Doug Gilmour, Adam Oates, Brian Trottier, Teemu Selanne, and Stan Mikita. There are some other points milestones that will be met this upcoming season as well. So Patrick Kane and Evgeny Malkin should easily eclipse 1,200 career points, 1,100 points for Anze Kopitar, and 1,000 points for Patrice Bergeron, Phil Kessel, and Steven Stamkos. I'll be talking about them on this list further down as well. And maybe, just maybe, Joe Pavelski or Claude Giroux could hit 1,000 points this season. They're currently 76 and 77 points away from that mark. Number two, Phil Kessel should easily surpass Keith Yandle's consecutive games streak. So Yandle set the new mark this past season, passing Doug Jarvis, whose previous record was 964. Yandle is at 989. And as for Kessel, he's only 7 behind at 982, a streak that started all the way back in November of 2009. Now, in terms of anybody else being able to flirt with that record, there currently isn't anybody else with over 500 consecutive games played. The only other notable player is Brent Burns with 679. Number three, Alex Ovechkin will pass Gordie Howe for second all-time in NHL goals. Now, Ovi currently has 780, and he's done this in 1,274 games, whereas Gordie Howe, he had the previous games played record in the NHL at 1,767, and he's at 801. So Ovi only needs 21 games. And then after that, Wayne Gretzky's at 894. So really for Ovi, he'd have to average 38 goals per season the next 3 years to break Gretzky, but he should easily surpass Gordie Howe this year. I think it'd be cool to see him do it in Madison Square Garden against the New York Rangers in Game 37 of the season. You can watch a video in which I shared more about that. And last season, Ovi also passed Dale Haverchuk to become the all-time leader in power play goals with 285. He had 16 power play goals this past season, so another 15 power play goals, and he could reach 300 for his career. Now for number four, and this could be a bit of a challenge considering the season he recently had, but if he wins 32 games this upcoming season, then Marc-Andre Fleury will move into second all-time in NHL wins by a goaltender, and he would pass Patrick Waugh for that. So currently he's at 520. He's just 2 seasons removed from his Vezina Trophy season, although last season wasn't all that great for him. But he's going to get a lot of opportunity this season, I would think, because Philip Gustafsson, his backup, has only played in 27 NHL games. But even so, if Fleury were to get into second all-time, he would still be 139 behind Martin Brodeur. That being said, if he earns 6 shutouts this year with the Wild, he would also move into the top 10 all-time in shutouts. He currently sits at 71. Number 5, Steven Stamkos, currently 32 years old, is going to reach his 500th career goal. He's currently at 481 through 922 games, scoring over a goal every 2 games. Now, 46 players have reached this milestone, so not even 50 of them. And Stamkos had a fantastic season last year with 42 goals. If he's able to match that this season, then he would be 37th all-time in NHL goals. And remember, he's just 32 years old. Number 6, speaking of goal scoring, Austin Matthews should easily hit his 300th career goal at the age of 25 this year, and well before his 500th career game. Right now, he's at 407 in his career. Now, in doing so, he would surpass 4 other Maple Leafs to move into 5th all-time in Toronto Maple Leafs goal scoring at the age of 25, and he would pass Wendell Clark and Frank Mahovlich, among others. And it's crazy to think that Matthews has played 6 seasons in the NHL, so if he's able to replicate these numbers in what will be the prime of his career, he'll be at over 600 by the time he's 30. And one other note here, he could actually surpass 500 takeaways for his career in just his 7th season. That's very impressive to average basically a takeaway per game. Number 7, let's talk about another center who forces turnovers and scores goals. Patrice Bergeron, he's probably playing the last of his NHL seasons, but even if the Bruins don't win a Stanley Cup, it's going to be a very memorable season for Bergeron. I already mentioned earlier, he will score his 1,000th career point. So right now, he's already third in Bruins franchise history in games played. So with 3 goals, he'll pass Rick Middleton for third all-time in Bruins history. With 43 assists, maybe a little bit lofty, he'll pass Bobby Orr for third all-time in that category. And with 21 points, he'll pass Phil Esposito for third all-time in that category. So that's amazing company to be in, and certainly a Hall of Fame career for Patrice Bergeron. For number 8, we talk about Brent Burns of the Carolina Hurricanes. Burnsy had 54 points last season for the Sharks and likely plays with Jacob Slavin this upcoming season in Carolina. So if he's able to score 54 points this upcoming season, he would actually move into 15th all-time in scoring among defensemen. And he would actually pass Doug Wilson in the process, and he's currently tied with Rob Blake, both of whom had ties to the San Jose Sharks. Now, granted, Burns did play some seasons or points of seasons as a forward, but still to be able to produce at this rate at his age at 37 years old with a couple more good seasons ahead of him and to keep playing games, 679 games straight, he has certainly put together a fantastic career. For number 9, Roman Josi is just 25 points away from passing David Legwand for first all-time in Nashville Predators scoring. He will also move into second all-time in games played for a franchise that will turn 25 years old this upcoming season. Now, Josi currently sits at 542 points. Philip Forsberg, who is 4 years younger, has 469. So Forsberg eventually could pass Roman Josi, but at least for a couple of seasons, we should see the Predators' leading scorer all-time as a defenseman, not to mention the captain of the team. The only other franchise whose all-time leading scorer is a defenseman is the Boston Bruins, and it's Ray Bourque. So this is certainly some rare company to be in. And then lastly, a couple of players will reach their 1,300th regular season game, a feat that's only been accomplished by 63 other players in NHL history. So this year, Eric Staal, he's at 1,293. He has a two-way tryout with the Florida Panthers, so maybe he's got a chance at cracking 1,300. Ryan Suter will, though. He's at 1,280 for his career. Alex Ovechkin is at 1,274. And Brent Burns is at 1,251, which is also a good song by the Strokes. Anyway, guys, those are the records and milestones to watch out for this upcoming season. Did I miss any? Let me know down in the comments down below. And stick around for all sorts of great previews and predictions ahead of the 2022-23 season. So hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, leave a thumbs up, subscribe if you're new here and like content like this. You can also show your support with a donation. We have SuperThanks enabled. And see the video description down below if you want to keep up with me on Twitter and Instagram. Thank you so much, Twisters, for tuning in. I'm Nick, and I'll catch you later. Ciao.